Let's build a custom tree. We're going to build quite a simple but big custom tree over here. And the way I like to start is just by placing down 4 blocks to mark where it's going to be. I'm happy with that. And then we're just going to go up, and sometimes I like to add a little bit of a twist like that. Then when you've got a basic trunk form like this, I like to add some stairs of a similar color like that, just to flesh out some of those bits so it doesn't look too stiff. And then adding branches is also really important, so just going out in a couple of directions like so, and this will help us with our leaves a little bit later on. And then we've got something a little bit like this. It does look a bit straight, but we can add bits to the bottom as well to flesh that out. Next we're going to add some leaves, and we're going to keep it simple. We just add them along the branch and cover the branches like this. Once the branches are pretty much covered, you can just take a step back and have a look, and what we want is round shapes, so we can start more in the middle and then we go round, and then if you want some drooping bits as well, that often helps with the shape. So now we've got what looks like a fully formed tree. Time to start adding a few more textures in there as well. So I'm going to use moss occasionally, and once the moss is in, I also like to add some either flowering azalea like so in random bits, or if you prefer, resin as an orange, and that can look a little bit like fruit like that. So just for the sake of showing, I'll use both the flowers and the resin. What I also like to do is use green stained glass, just sometimes to add a little bit more to the edges. With your dangling glass there, now we can start to add a little bit more texture to the actual tree. So you can use things like buttons, fences, or even fence gates like so. Some other touches I've added is adding boar blossoms hidden for more particle effects like these green particles, and of course firefly bushes either on the ground or one block underneath. This was just one simple quick way of doing a nice custom tree to add some life to your builds, and you can do this with other materials and textures to make completely unique trees. Here are some oak ones with oak and spruce, and then of course spruce leaves and some dangling lanterns. Here are some potted ones where I've used fences as the actual tree trunk, and then use a combination of flour and resin. And here on my survival world, here is a custom tree I built for my friend's elven area over here, using a lot of different blue textures, warped stuff from the nether, and a birch and diorite trunk with some other decorations around the outside like so. Over at Spawn, another one of my friends has built this massive dangling one on the edge of a cliff, as well as this really nice pale oak one over here in our park at our spawn area. If you want to see all these awesome builds and more, make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you in an upcoming video.